Welcome to the Story Tree India, where every story grows a beautiful lesson. Today, we begin a special series, Royal Wisdom, the Akbar Birbal series. Travel back in time to the magnificent court of Emperor Akbar, where his wise and witty minister Birbal solves problems with clever thinking, kindness, and intelligence. In every episode, you will discover a fascinating story, a surprising twist, and a lesson that can make us all little wiser. So sit back, listen closely, and let the wisdom of Birbal begin. Long ago, in the grand court of Emperor Akbar, there lived a wise and a clever minister named Birbal. One winter evening, the air was icy cold, the winds were sharp. Even inside the palace, people wrapped themselves in thick shawls. That night, Emperor Akbar had a curious thought. He announced, "Is there anyone in my kingdom who can stand all night in the freezing river water? I will reward him with a bag of gold coins." The minister laughed. "Impossible," they said. "No one can survive such cold." But the word spread across the city. A poor old man who needed money to feed his family decided to try. That night, the old man stepped into the icy river. The water was freezing. The wind howled. His body shivered. But he stayed there all night. To give himself hope, he kept looking at a small lamp glowing far away in the palace balcony. "That light will keep me strong," he whispered. And finally, when morning arrived, he walked out of the river, weak, tired, but alive. The guards brought him to Akbar's court. Akbar was surprised. "You survived?" "Yes, Your Majesty," the old man replied softly. Akbar asked, "How did you manage to stand the freezing cold all night?" The old man answered honestly, "I kept looking at the palace lamp from far away. It gave me hope." The courtiers began whispering. Akbar frowned. "If you were warmed up by the light's lamp, then you did not truly stand in the cold. You used the warmth from the lamp. You do not deserve the award," Akbar declared. The poor man was shocked. But the lamp was so far away. However, the emperor had made his decision. The old man left the court heartbroken. When Birbal heard what had happened, he was not pleased. He knew the old man had been treated unfairly. But Birbal did not argue directly. He had a plan. The next day, Birbal did not come to court. Akbar waited and waited. Finally, he sent a messenger. "Tell Birbal to come immediately." The messenger returned and said, "Your Majesty, Birbal says he is cooking khichdi. He will come once it is ready." Akbar raised an eyebrow. "Cooking khichdi? At this hour?" After a long wait, Akbar himself decided to visit Birbal's house. When Akbar reached there, he saw something very strange. A small pot of khichdi was hanging high up in the air, tied to a tall stick, and far below, on the ground, was a tiny fire. The fire was nowhere near the pot. Akbar burst out laughing. "Birbal, how can the khichdi cook when the fire is so far away from the pot?" Birbal calmly folded his hands. "Your Majesty, if a distant lamp can warm a man standing in the freezing river, then surely this small fire can cook the khichdi from far away." For a moment, there was silence. Akbar understood. He realized his mistake. He smiled at Birbal. "You have taught me a lesson today." Immediately, Akbar ordered the old man to be called back. When the old man arrived, Akbar stood up from his throne. "I was wrong," he said kindly. "You stood bravely in the cold. The reward is yours." The old man's eyes filled with tears of gratitude. He received the gold coins and the blessings from the emperor himself. And from that day, Emperor Akbar remembered something very important. Justice must not only be spoken, it must be fair and thoughtful. So, my little friends, the moral of the story is True justice requires understanding and fairness. Never judge without thinking deeply. And so, with wisdom and clever thinking, Birbal once again helped justice prevail in the court of Emperor Akbar. His quick mind and kind heart reminds us that true intelligence is not just about being smart, but about being fair and thoughtful. If you enjoyed this story from our Royal Wisdom, the Akbar Birbal series, don't forget to subscribe to the Story Tree India for more timeless stories filled with wisdom, courage, and life lessons. And join us in the next episode where the Vice Minister Birbal faces another fascinating challenge in the royal court. Until next time, goodbye.